and welcome to today's video. Today we're doing an absolutely huge spring summer H&M haul for April 2025. I've got some absolutely amazing pieces in here. There are a lot of pieces and I've got everything as usual from trousers to jackets, outerwear, tops, basics, so everything in between, so lots of variety. I have carefully selected all of these pieces to fit into like a spring summer capsule wardrobe, so I really hope you do enjoy it. If you are looking forward to the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and while you're here I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe. We do lots and lots of fashion content on this channel, so if you are new here, thank you for clicking on this video, and if you are existing, thank you so much for coming back. Just for reference, I am 5'4" in height and I am around a size UK 8, but I'll go through the sizing as we go through the video to let you know if I've had to size up or size down in anything and what the fit is like, as well as the quality and how you could style the items. So without further ado, let's get into this video. I have quite a few sort of linen blend pieces in this haul. As we move into spring summer, I really feel like these are the pieces that I tend to want to reach for because they're cooling, they're nice against the skin, they're very neutral, and as I say, capsule kind of basics. So let's start off with this one. This is kind of like a waistcoat style, but what's nice about this is it comes higher up on the neck, so I just find that quite an elegant, flattering look, also suitable for a corporate environment as well. And I do like to introduce some more sort of like workwear appropriate pieces into these videos just because I do need those in my wardrobe personally, and I know that obviously it is quite difficult sometimes to balance looking smart and professional with also staying cool, comfortable and looking stylish as well. And this piece I just thought was absolutely perfect. So it is part of the linen blend range from H&M. It's like this ecru colour and the buttons are kind of a very light tortoise shell. It's a lovely texture, looks very expensive. I got mine in a size Euro 36, which is a UK 8, and I would say it runs slightly small, but actually prefer to size up in this piece. I think I could do that because it's not one of those low cut waistcoats where if it's too big around the chest area, then you know it can gape and you can flash. So I think that you could easily size up in this one because of the higher neckline, and I would have preferred a UK 10, and I'm a 34A bust size, so don't have a large bust. So on that basis I would say it runs slightly small as an 8, but it's a very flattering cut. The way it goes in at the waist, flares out slightly, and then it has this kind of V design here, which you'll be able to see from the cutaways. I'll just check the material composition for you. The piece is also lined, so it's not see-through, so you don't need to wear a bra with it if you don't want to. The shell of the piece is 84% viscose and 16% polyamide, and then the lining is 100% polyester. So there isn't actually linen in this piece, but it does feel like a linen piece and look like one. All of the pieces in this haul were relatively affordable, as they are from H&M, and I haven't gone for any premium range or anything like that, but I'll link them all in the description box below for you so you can find them easily if you want to. Next up we have this really pretty little t-shirt. It's from the Divided range, so super affordable. I got mine in a size small, and I would say that runs true to size. I'm around, as I say, a UK 8, so I can go between generally an extra small or small in H&M on the top. However, I think a small is generally more comfortable for me, and this fit really nicely. I wouldn't say it's see-through. I would say it's maybe very slightly sheer in certain lights, but I didn't wear a bra with it and I don't think you can see anything. I love this turquoise beading design just down the front of the piece. It's kind of like open, but not so open that you know it looks more revealing than maybe you want to. I felt quite comfortable in this. I like the texture. I think it's very pretty. I like the fact it's cropped. It sits nicely on top of like high-waisted jeans and things. Just a really sweet basic tee, and something a little bit sort of different, definitely leaning into that boho trend that we're seeing prominently this spring summer season. This one is 99% polyester and 1% elastin. I do have a lot of kind of, I suppose, some similar type of tops in this haul because I feel like they're very kind of appropriate for lots of situations and very flattering. A waistcoat kind of style top, whether it's that sort of linen material, cotton, polyester. I just think it's a nice design, a nice shape on the body, and it looks really smart, but it's just such a basic top at the end of the day. So I got a couple of these. I got this brown colour. I wanted to try the sizing, so I got two colours and I got two sizes, but I really love this brown colour. This one is in an extra small, and the extra small I felt came up really quite a lot smaller than the size small, which you'll see from the cutaways. It comes up much higher on the torso, so you can see more of your tummy area with this V here, but I do have quite a long torso, so that may not be the same on you. I love the wavy gold button detail. I think that is so pretty, very kind of Zara, the kind of thing that you would see in Zara. I really love the colour, as I said, and it's this very fine sort of knitted material which felt really soft and comfortable on the skin. The thing with this one, it was really affordable, again from the Divided range. The quality I feel is mediocre at best. Like, I don't think this is going to be one of those pieces that would last long in your wardrobe, but it would last for a season, if that makes sense. So I think that if you were going to buy this piece, I would just do it with sort of that in mind. But this would look really nice styled with jeans, styled with like some loose linen trousers, a nice skirt. It's nice and kind of cropped, so it can kind of go with anything really, unless it's like super low waisted and you didn't want to show a lot of your tummy. So I really like the design. Again, I like the fact it comes higher up on the chest, just because if you are smaller chested, sometimes it can be quite hard to find tops that don't gape in that area. But yeah, I thought it was really, really cute. But as I say, quality is not amazing. And the materials on this one, 73% polyester and 23% viscose on that piece. So next up, I'll show you the white version. I think there were more than these two colours, but I would have to double check. I got this one in a size small, and I would say the fit of this one is better on me. As I say, the extra small does come up quite small. Like, it doesn't feel too tight or anything like that. It's just a bit more revealing. This one comes down longer, and it's that same sort of knitted material. The quality similar to the other one. It's the same top, just in a different colour. So not amazing, but it would be okay for a season. It's, yeah, got the price on this one actually, which they don't normally have on the online orders, but this was $14.99. So as I say, is quite a cheap top. Comes with a spare button. This one has got silver buttons as opposed to gold, which is really nice. I'm really into my silver buttons and detail at the moment. I think I may have to maybe invest in some maybe silver jewelry or something and see how that is on my skin tone. I have kind of like a two-tone watch, but other than that, predominantly gold. But yeah, I really like the style of this one. Again, wasn't see-through because it's like this like thicker sort of semi-knitted material. It just didn't show anything, which was nice. You didn't have to wear a bra with it. Perfect kind of spring layering piece in the same way as the brown one. The final one in that sort of vein is this one here. This one I didn't like so much for a few reasons. I thought this was a bit big, so I picked this up in a size small, and I think an extra small would have been better, would have been more fitted on me, and I just think that would have been a little bit nicer, but it still fit, and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't too big or anything like that. The material is a lot thicker, so it feels much better quality. And you can see it's not see-through. Again, didn't wear a bra and it was absolutely fine. Lovely kind of tortoiseshell buttons, faux pockets on the front, a great layering piece, and again one that you could wear into like a corporate environment. You could pop a blazer over the top, especially in offices where they're air conditioned and things, but it still looks smart with this kind of like semi sort of tailored design. And as I say, it's thicker, more knitted, and it's not revealing on the arms or anything like that. So obviously you can see your arms because it's a sleeveless top, but it's not cut really high so as to be a little bit more demure, shall we say. This one is 55% viscose, 23% polyester and 22% polyamide. So yeah, it's a nice piece, but nothing special in terms of the shape on this one, I didn't think. Okay, let's mix things up a bit and show you this jacket. This is a really beautiful blazer, but I would say go to your larger size if you're between sizes. So I picked up a size extra small. You'll see from the try on clips, now it does fit, and actually it does fit quite nicely, but it felt a little bit restrictive around the arm area. I could still move my arms and everything, but I like my clothes to feel really, really comfortable. And I think that's just because it is fully lined inside, and often when something is fully lined, it just means that it fits a little bit more snug and fitted. But yeah, otherwise I think it's really nice in its simplicity. They had a few colours of this blazer. I think they had a cream, potentially a black and this kind of blush pink colour. It's a lovely pink. It's a muted pink, so it's not too loud or garish or anything like that if you're running a more neutral kind of wardrobe. Again, lovely tortoiseshell button. There was no hardware on this, which I thought was actually really, really nice because it blends very seamlessly into other items with your wardrobe. And there's nothing on the sleeves, they're very plain. Sometimes I think with really simple pieces, they're just lovely because you can dress them up with jewelry, sunglasses, maybe a hat, or wear like jazzier trousers, nicer shoes, something like that. And then this is just kind of like your base. It's a lovely kind of thick material that would keep you warm on those chillier spring days or summer evenings, for example. But it's not like a wintry looking material because it is that sort of linen blend look. So it looks very summery. So I think it does a really nice job. The materials on this one, it's 85% viscose and 15% linen. So yeah, there is a little bit of linen in there. I mean, it is negligible at 15%, but it does feel like a linen piece or a linen blend piece. So I think it's really nice if you're looking for something really quite simple, understated, but tapping into that whole linen look for quite an affordable price. And I think that would fit nicely into like a spring summer workwear wardrobe as well. Got this really, really pretty top. It's just too small for me. Now it does fit, you'll see it again from the cutaway, but I do need to pick this up in a size small, which I will be doing. Again, it's super affordable. It was from the Divided range and the quality actually feels really nice on this top. It doesn't say the price, does it, on there? But yeah, I got an extra small. It's got these beautiful like pearly buttons at the front, and then all through the fabric are these little embroidered flowers, and that is just so pretty and so kind of ditsy and girly and feminine. I really loved it because it was kind of tight around the top, so didn't feel any gaping or anything on the bust area, but then flowed out over the stomach, which is kind of my, I won't say problem area, but it's an area that I'm conscious of. So I really like the design of the top. Very, very feminine, perfect for like holiday or a beer garden or like an evening out paired with jeans or a skirt. I think it's a very sweet, pretty little affordable top. The extra small, as I say, does fit me on the chest, so I would need to be conscious of that. If I try a small, I'm going to try the small because I don't want that to be too big around the bust area, but it just felt a little bit tight. You know when something just feels a little bit too snug and you just prefer it to be a little bit more relaxed? So that's all I would say. So I'd say if you're smaller chested even, I would go to your sort of larger size if you are between sizes, because it did feel a bit tight. This top is 52% viscose and 48% cotton, and the embroidery is 100% cotton. I think it's really nice for the price, and I think it would dress up you know, any sort of outfit in the spring summer. This in the summer on its own would be really, really pretty, especially if you wore like some gold jewelry or something like I've done in the cutaways. The other thing just to mention with this one is the back of it is a really nice kind of like almost halter shape, so it really shows off your shoulders, and I do find that kind of a cut more flattering than the standard kind of tank top design, and it's double lined over the bust area. So again, if you don't need to, there's no need to wear a bra because it doesn't show anything, which is just ideal. The next item I'm going to show you I really didn't like, but I'm going to show you anyway because I do think it is useful for me to show you pieces that are good as well as bad if you were thinking about any of these. I thought this looked really nice on the website. I thought the pink colour was beautiful, and in real life the pink colour is lovely, definitely more of a coral pink. However, I feel like the button detail on it looks really cheap. Just being honest, I just think that those silver buttons just aren't doing it. I look at this top and look at the buttons on here, these kind of like silvery, almost floral buttons. They look so much more expensive than these kind of buttons. Yeah, I just wasn't a big fan of those. I do like the sleeve length. I like the way it fit. I picked up a size extra small and that fits perfectly. It gives the right fit for this kind of piece. You want it to kind of be fitted and elegant as opposed to oversized or relaxed. So I would say you could go to your lower size if you're between sizes. But yeah, I just think the feel of the piece is just looks and feels cheap. And I've also noticed, getting it out of the packet straight away, there is pilling on the fabric already in certain places. So I don't think this top would last long at all. On this pocket here, there's snagging on the fabric. So, and it just feels kind of like you've put it through the wrong wash cycle and it just feels kind of crispy. Yeah, didn't like this one, but the colour is very pretty as well as the style. I wouldn't recommend it personally. It's 100% polyester and it definitely feels like a very kind of cheap plasticky piece. So yeah, that's enough said on that one, I think. Going in with something that is absolutely stunning, and it is this linen blend shirt. This is so beautiful. I think you can see by my face in the try on clip that I was like, wow, this is so gorgeous. You could wear this as a bikini cover up. I mean, it doesn't quite cover like fully your bottom, I don't think. I got mine in a size small and I wouldn't want to go any bigger because then I feel it would be just ridiculously oversized. It's already really oversized. So I could have gone to an extra small in this, but then I would have had to compromise on the length, which I didn't want to do because I wanted the option to be able to wear it kind of as a longer top as well as like a shirt that you could tuck in. But what's special about this is the linen and everything. It feels really nice quality, really beautiful, like lovely and light. It's not see-through, even though like it's a very kind of sheer top. So I wore a white bra under this, and yeah, you couldn't see the outline as far as I'm aware on it. And the collar is lovely and soft and open. But what's so special about this one is the sleeves. This design, which you'll see better from the try on, this kind of open work cutout design is so pretty. It feels very kind of Zimmerman, expensive designer, very beautiful, but it does come at a price, because this one, when I looked back at the prices when I was doing the try on clips, this was actually I think over £50, maybe £55, which for a linen shirt in itself generally isn't that bad, but for H&M I do feel it's quite expensive. But I think that's down to this, all this detail on the sleeves, and I really want to keep this shirt because I think it's so beautiful. I know I'll get wear out of it, tucked into jeans as a cover up over like a little cami top and denim shorts in the summer with sandals. There's so many ways you can wear a lovely shirt like this, and it's a bit different. But if you could just kindly let me know in the comments if you think I should size down to an extra small, because it's so long in the arms on me that it just feels like maybe I'm wearing someone else's shirt. But I'm obviously not wearing someone else's shirt, because as a general rule I wouldn't think a man's shirt would have this kind of like cut out detail on it. So yeah, if you could just let me know if you think I should size down or keep the small, and then I will obviously go from there, because it's so pretty. I really do want to keep it. I'm so tempted to like wait for a member sale to repurchase it, but then I think, will it be sold out by then? I'm not sure. So as I say, it is a linen blend, and it is 52% linen and 48% viscose. I actually prefer linen blends to full linen sometimes because they don't crease as much and they wash better. 100% linen items are also a little bit prone to shrinkage, so I'm just aware of that with my materials. And the viscose gives it like a bit more of a softer feel, whereas sometimes 100% linen can feel a little bit kind of scratchy. But yeah, I really think this is a beautiful, lovely find from H&M. But yeah, let me know what you think on this one. Just moving on to a cardigan. I feel like I have pretty much a cardigan obsession at the moment. If you've seen my Marks and Spencer's videos, you'll know that there are a lot of cardigans in there, but I just love a cardigan. This one is from Zara actually, but they are just so versatile because you can wear them open as like a little jacket, you can wear them as a jumper like top, you can tie them around your shoulders, like they just dress up anything. I feel they're a lovely layer to wear in the spring, summer and autumn, actually early autumn as well, so they can kind of like transition through quite a lot of the seasons, which is nice. So I saw this one on H&M. I have a really nice grey cardigan from H&M which is really old, and I'm always trying to find its kind of twin in a different colour, but I haven't been successful as yet. But I thought these two cardigans that I'm going to show you would be possible contenders because they are the same material composition. This one is kind of like this cable knit design, which you could think would be a little bit more wintry, but I do think it works because of the lovely beige marl colour. I love the fact the buttons are the same colour as the cardigan. It looks more premium and just minimalist in that way. I really like it, and you can like wear this pretty much over anything because of how neutral and sort of not loud it is, whereas something like this with hardware, for example, it's kind of more, you have to think a little bit more about what you pair it with. So yeah, this is really nice. It's an extra small I picked it up in, which was a lovely fitted fit. I really actually liked the fit on me, so I would say stay to your sort of maybe lower size if you're between sizes. The reason I keep saying if you're between sizes is because I'm sort of a bit between sizes. I'm kind of a bit between a small 8 and a large 8, which sounds a bit strange, but H&M do an extra small, which is a size 6 to 8, and then they go to an 8 to 10, and I sometimes feel I'm like in between the extra small. It's kind of like when I do my Primark videos, I'm never the small, hardly ever the small, but sometimes the extra small is too small and I kind of needed something in between. And I know a lot of us feel like that. We're never like going to be 100% the right size in a lot of clothing, but we can do as best we can. But yeah, this one I would say you can go to your lower size because that gives a lovely chic sort of fitted fit. The only thing I have concerns over on this one, it was very affordable, but is the fact it's going to bubble and look quite worn quite quickly. I can just tell that already from the kind of like, do you see that fabric there where it's sort of, what is the word for this? But it's kind of fluffy, and I just know that that's going to look quite worn after a couple of washes. So yeah, I probably wouldn't keep it. It feels quite thin as well, which is good for like a layering piece in spring summer, but I do feel like this is potentially something you could only have for a couple of seasons. This one is 52% polyester, 40% acrylic and 5% wool and 3% elastin. So yeah, but I thought I'd show you that because it is a good affordable basic. Next up, and also in an extra small, is this one. This is called the loose cardigan. Definitely fits loose. This one is a lovely navy colour, and it's like a real true navy as well, which I really like, whereas this is like more of like a brighter blue navy, whereas this one is definitely that more deep navy. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, it's a really nice cardigan. It's super soft. It has kind of these tortoiseshell buttons, but again they're very like non-invasive, they're just very discreet kind of buttons. It's a really nice basic, super soft. Could pair this with so many things. Fitting this into a capsule neutral wardrobe would just be, you know, a dream because it's navy and it's very plain, and as I say, it's lovely and soft, and it would be a perfect layering piece. But for the same reason I said about the other cardigan, it feels very thin. The material feels like it could go bobble or snag, or you know, just not last too many washes. So it's 52% polyester, 40% acrylic and 5% wool and 3% elastin, which I think was the same composition as the cable knit one that I showed you. That's not to say though that just because you're buying a cheaper cardigan slash knitwear piece it's going to be any worse than a more expensive piece necessarily. I have some really quite premium fabrics and more expensive knitwear in my wardrobe that looks worn after a few washes and hasn't worn well. So there's not always a correlation between price and quality. It's just sometimes down to like the material composition and things like that. But yeah, I think it's a nice basic, as I said before, but I just think it might wear quite quickly, and it is very thin, so just bear that in mind. These trousers, if you're looking for your kind of go-to pair of comfy but smart trousers that you can kind of wear for any occasion, then look no further. These are like a pair of linen blend trousers. Like, they have so many colours of these on the website, but I've picked up 2 colours which I'll show you, and I got a couple of sizes to try. So they're a black linen blend look trouser, and they are in an extra small from this range here with a drawstring. That's a working drawstring. They're so flattering, they're lovely on the waist, they come to a lovely length on me at 5'4", so they come kind of to the floor, so I could wear a little heel with them or flat. So if you are taller than 5'4", they may come up a bit short on you. However, you have the option with these kind of trousers to wear them like lower on the waist. So I wore mine like higher on the waist, and they were the right length, but I could like wiggle them down and then wear a higher heel with them, for example. So truly a versatile trouser. I am delighted to have found these, to be honest with you. The extra small fit really nicely, but as do the small, which I'll come on to in a second. These sort of fit perfectly around my waist, and they fit nicely on the leg. They're not too baggy, which sometimes linen trousers can look quite sort of baggy as well. They are 30% linen and 70% viscose. They're just a really nice trouser, and you'll see in the cutaway I've paired them with kind of like an almost matching waistcoat slash blazer, sleeveless blazer, which is beautiful and I'll come on to in a bit. But these were so affordable as well, and I already have a pair of these very similar from Arket, which I got last year, and I wore them on repeat because they're just so cool and comfortable, and you can dress them up for the office if you wear like a smarter top on the top half, but you can also wear them super casually. You can wear them as beach trousers or pool trousers. But yeah, I really love them. They're not too wide leg, they're just the perfect linen blend trouser in my opinion for such an affordable price. Like, I can't get over the price. I think they were about $12.99. And then I picked up the small, which are in this navy white pinstripe, and I really like these as well. I'll definitely keep both of these trousers because the amount of wear I'll get out of them will be a lot throughout the spring summer, and I can also take them on holiday. We're hoping to go to Italy later in the year, so this will be the perfect kind of cover up, either sort of to the pool beach situation or just out and about exploring. These are a size small and they fit loose but not falling down, so I would say either are fine. If you want something that's more fitted against the waist, I would go to your lower size. But if you want something that's just a bit more loose and relaxed, and maybe you can pull down lower on your waist, then I would go to your higher size. But I would say either are fine. I really love the navy and white. It kind of gives that almost nautical feel to them. Because this is a bigger size, it's also slightly sort of looser around the leg and bottom area, but I think that just adds a little bit to the vibe of them, to be honest. Yeah. Gorgeous pairs of trousers. I really can't say much more than that. They are a steal, and they are something that will work really hard in your wardrobe and fit really nicely into a capsule wardrobe as well. Okay, so I paired the black pair with this, which is so nice. If you saw, I think it was part 1 of my Marks and Spencer try on video, I found a beautiful linen waistcoat in there, but that was more expensive. I think it was around £55, and these are $37.99. Now the quality of this one doesn't feel as nice as the Marks and Spencer's one, but it's like more or less comparable. Like, there's not a huge difference. I picked this up in a size extra small and it fits lovely and relaxed, so definitely go to your lower size if you're between sizes, or stay true to size. I got the black as well, which I was in two minds because obviously I've got the M&S one in the like beige natural linen colour. I thought I'd try something different, even though I like the look of the black and the neutral. But I didn't realise how chic like a black sleeveless blazer could look in this kind of linen fabric. It just looks so elegant and chic. So it's just very basic in design. This linen blend type fabric, a single button, sorry, double breasted here, and then you've got these pockets here, which I think are real pockets. Yeah, just need to unstitch them and they'll be real pockets. Lovely and tailored, lovely and relaxed fit. It's also got this here, which you just need to unstitch at the back to make it more open. But for a more dressy look in the day or a corporate environment, we can wear a little cami top or something underneath this, or for a lovely dinner in the spring summer. This is so beautiful. It feels lovely, light, cool and airy, but it just looks so chic, put together and tailored. I'm absolutely delighted to have found this actually, and I just think it is going to work so hard. Because it's longer line, it's super flattering, so you could wear like a slimmer leg sort of pair of trousers, and then you'd have like your sort of the slimmer part of your leg showing, and this just covering like the top part of your legs, which for me I just find like a nice flattering look. But equally paired with like the more flowing linen trousers that I did it within the cutaway, that is a lovely, very kind of relaxed, chic, don't know what else to say, really classic look, and I really liked it. Fully lined, just gorgeous. I can't wait to wear this. Weather permitting, I'm going out to a really nice dinner with my husband in a couple of weeks, and I just envision wearing this with those black linen trousers, a lovely kind of sandal with like a little kitten heel, a nice clutch bag, some nice gold jewellery. I just think, yeah, just so kind of understated, but looks very classy. The material composition, 55% polyester, 30% viscose and 14% linen with 1% elastin. So there's very minimal linen in this, but I do think it looks a lot more expensive than it was. Okay, moving on to this dress. Now I had high hopes for this one, but unfortunately just didn't deliver. Do let me know what you think in the comments though, because you may disagree with me. The size I got was an extra small, and I felt that was the correct size for me. So I would say go true to size or to your lower size. This ruching design in the middle of the dress really makes your waist look tiny. Like, it's like, wow, it like gives you this kind of hourglass figure that you just, I don't have an hourglass figure, and it really made me look like I had one, especially because it goes broader at the top. The only thing I thought was at the top here, it is really quite big and loose, so if I like bent forward I would feel a little bit self-conscious, even if I had a little bralette or something on underneath, and I felt that was a bit too big. It could have done with being a bit smaller around the top, but then if I'd gone any smaller in size it would have been probably too tight around the waist. It flows out really nicely into this big poofy skirt, but that just came a bit long on me, but that's probably just because of my height. So if you're more petite, I think that is not necessarily the most flattering unless you like your dresses to come a bit longer. I prefer mine to be more of a mini length than a kind of knee length, but a knee length dress just always reminds me a bit of like a school dress. I just don't think it's the most flattering, and that's where that came to on me. Had it come shorter, I think it would have looked a lot nicer. I also felt that where the sleeves cut off on my arm, it just kind of cut me off at my biggest point, and I wasn't a big fan of that. And just finally, I appreciate this is quite negative, but I just want to point out the bits I wasn't sure about, is the material did feel quite sort of like rustly and cheap, and it was an affordable piece, but you can still get, you know, beautiful affordable pieces that don't feel cheap. This is 100% cotton. I thought it was 100% polyester feeling it, but yeah, it is actually 100% cotton. But yeah, it just feels, I don't know, I wasn't vibing with it, guys, that's all I would say. But obviously try it on for yourselves if you like the look of it, and see how it is on you, because just because it doesn't suit one person or one person doesn't look like it, it just doesn't mean that it's not going to look stunning on somebody else, because all of our body shapes are different anyway. So yeah, that's just how I felt about it on me. That being said, this dress is perfect for like a date night. It's perfect for whacking on in the summer because it's lovely and cool. Obviously now being 100% cotton, it's going to be lovely and cool against the skin. Plenty of room like here for like the breeze to get in to keep you nice and cool. So if you're someone that doesn't want to wear white but you like to wear like a summer dress just to keep yourself as like cool as possible, this would be actually a good option for wearing, you know, casually, but you could also dress it up if you do like the style. Final dress I've got to show you is this linen number. Again, I had high hopes for this one, but it was just too long. Now I often get this, and it's more of a me problem. I have shorter legs and I'm quite short in height anyway, so I got this in a size extra small so it would fit the bust area. Now it doesn't even fit the bust area, it is a bit big around the bust, but then I can't do it up at the back around the waist, so the extra small is still a bit big around the bust, but I couldn't go any smaller because I can't do it up in this size, and if I went bigger it wouldn't fit around the bust. So this is all about trying it on for sure, and I think that the actual design is really, really lovely had it been the right size and length, because you've got this kind of like corset detail on the dress. You see where it dips down to this V? That is so flattering, gives you the illusion of like a tiny waist, really pretty, like with the V here exposing your décolletage area, lovely and cool for summer. The back of the dress is stunning. If you see from the cutaway, it just gives such a flattering look on the back with how dainty these straps are and the fact they cross over. Love that about it, and that it was really sort of low on the back as well. And it is a linen blend, so it would be lovely and cool in the spring summertime. I just think it's a sizing for me. So I could zip it up. It's got a zip here, and then it's got this little hook that you hook here, and that hook, there was no way that was going to do up. It wasn't that I needed help, it just, there was no way it was going to do up. So just something to bear in mind on the sizing. And then the skirt, although lovely and pretty and floaty, it almost looks like a Marilyn Monroe type dress, doesn't it, from here? But it just came down too long again, and on me that knee length just doesn't feel as flattering as maybe more something that comes kind of mid-thigh. So it all depends on your height and how long your legs are. It's a lovely option for summer, but as I say, body shape dependent. One to try on, definitely. Affordable one as well. And this one, the linen on it, it looks really premium. It looks kind of like it is full linen, even though I don't think it is. Well, I know it isn't, it's the linen blend. It's 68% viscose, 22% polyamide and 10% linen. So only 10% linen, but looks really kind of like a full linen piece. Looks really expensive, and the bust area is lined, so no need to wear a bra with that one. if you don't want to. I'm really not sure what kind of a bra you'd be able to wear with this dress, to be honest with you anyway. Okay, so to finish off, I'm just going to show you a couple of gym pieces. So recently my husband and I have joined a gym, and so I've sort of been investing a little bit more in my sort of gym wear wardrobe, and as we're getting into the warmer weather, I thought I would pick up some shorts. I've been so impressed by the H&M Move range. Is it the Move range? Yeah, H&M Move. The quality of the pieces is so good. Like the sports bras, the leggings, the gilets, everything is so nice. Like it feels like a much higher end type brand. But these are called training shorts. They're really nice. I love them because they are really flattering, because they're nice and loose on the leg here. They sort of like don't cut you off in like an unflattering way or dig into you. The waistband's lovely and loose. This is a size small and it fits in a like relaxed way. I wouldn't want to go any smaller because then I feel like it might be a bit too snug. And they feel like they're going to be that kind of material that's going to be sweat wicking, cooling. They've got this mesh underneath as well. I really don't know much about gym wear. It's very new to me, so I can't really comment, and I don't do anything that's particularly strenuous. So yeah, I'm not sure in terms of that way and performance, but style wise and how cool they feel against the skin, feel really nice. This Dry Move range I think is supposed to be sweat wicking anyway. So that was the shorts, and then I also got a sports bra. So I got this lovely sage green, and they've got so many colours of these, but I thought this colour was beautiful. It's got removable padding and it's kind of like a ribbed design at the top, and then it comes slightly long line, so it's not as like revealing as like a bra. So you've got a little bit of sort of a crop top design on it, but it holds you like a bra. It's really nice and supportive. And then on the back it crosses over like that, which I think is really flattering on the back. And those straps are adjustable, and again it's that Dry Move kind of technology slash range, which is nice and cooling and sweat wicking on the body. I think this one was $18.99. I think, you know, if you went to kind of a higher end brand like Tala, you'd pay maybe £50 for this kind of thing, or Adenola. And if you went, I don't know how much these kind of things are on websites like Gymshark, they're like £30-40. So yeah, I suppose in that sense they are definitely affordable. Feels really nice and soft and stretchy and comfortable, but at the same time it feels supportive. I don't need much support being an A cup, but if you did, I feel like this would give you a little bit, definitely a little bit of support, especially if you stay true to size and with the padding. And I also feel like it would give you quite a nice shape just with the way it sort of hugs you around that area. So yeah, I really rate the H&M gym wear that I've tried so far. I really like it. I do also have a pair of jeans. I'll pop them on screen for you because they haven't arrived. I was expecting them to arrive today and unfortunately they haven't. If they do arrive, I will definitely pop a try on clip of those jeans and I'll update the description with how they fit. But at the time of filming this video they haven't, but they are very beautiful because they have a braided detail down the side of them. But that does bring us to the end of this video. This has been quite a long one as usual, but I really hope you enjoyed it. There are a lot of pieces here. I do appreciate that, so thank you so much for watching, and if you got to the end then thank you, and I really hope that you did enjoy this video, maybe gave you some inspiration, or of course if you are just curious about what is new in H&M and are looking to treat yourself, or there's anything that you need or you were thinking about buying here. But as always guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe while you're still here, and I will see you again soon in my next video. Bye guys.